Hello and welcome to our final spelling lesson of this half term. As always, we're going to end the half term with a test on our red words. I would suggest if you haven't had a chance to practice them that you pause me and have a go on the Look, Say, Cover, Write check sheet before you do this test, okay? As usual, you'll need a pen or pencil and a piece of paper. I will read each word, I'll read each word in a sentence and then read the word again. Just write the word. Just to be aware, there are words that are linked very similar to each other, but they are different. So you're going to be writing each of those words separately. Good luck, just have a go. And remember, you can pause me at any time if I'm going too fast for you, which I probably will be, okay? First word, equip. You need to equip yourself correctly for PE. Write equip. Second word, equipped. The climber was equipped to climb the mountain. Write equipped. Next word, equipment. Take care of the science equipment so that we can use it again. Write equipment. Critic. The restaurant critic enjoyed his meal. Write critic. Criticize. It is hard to criticize perfection. Write criticize. Government. Our government is run by Boris Johnson. Write government. Environment. We must remove plastic from the environment. Write environment. Sufficient. It is not sufficient just to say sorry. You must show it. Write sufficient. Determined. I am determined to eat healthily this year. Write determined. Frequently. My daughter is frequently naughty. Write frequently. Marvelous. I think your writing is marvelous. Write marvelous. And final one, disastrous. The cake I made was disastrous. Write disastrous. Okay, if you want to rewind and go back over them, then please do feel free. And then when we move on to the next slide, we're going to be testing on last week's words. Sorry, it's a bit of a double whammy, but you'll be fine. So now we're going to test on last week's words ending in ENT. So I will do exactly the same as I've just done. So you might need a new piece of paper or you can just do it on the back. Two of them will be the same because we've got two of our red words in this test. Silent. We had to be silent in the Zoom session. Write silent. Confident. I was very confident with division. Write confident. Absent. Jason was absent from school. Write absent. Decent. I hope you have a decent pair of shoes for the party. Write decent. Urgent. His email is urgent. Write urgent. Different. Please take a different path. Write different. Efficient. Mrs. Bird is very efficient. Write efficient. I try to be. Violent. Is it ever right to be violent? Write violent. Sufficient. Have you had a sufficient amount of food? Write sufficient. Environment. We must act now to save our environment. Right, environment. Okay, that's all the testing for today on spelling, so you can relax. Okay, so those were the, there we go, for you to check again. Sorry, whizzed past that. Feel free to pause it while you check them and then move on when you're ready. Okay, so today we are spelling words with double letters. So we have embarrassed. So to embarrass somebody is to make them blush, maybe. I think my most embarrassed, the most embarrassed I've ever been is skiing down a mountain when I was 13 and ripping the bottom out of my ski suit. So luckily I did have trousers on underneath, but that was still rather embarrassing. Excellent. We've all been doing some excellent writing over the last couple of weeks. Exaggerate. So to emphasize something, to exaggerate. So for example, you might tell a story and it might be a true story, but we do tend to exaggerate, don't we? I remember a lady that did some work in my parents' house once. She said that we had a rat, which we did have. We have an very old house, so we would have a rat, and the rat was about this big. By the time she finished telling the story, the rat was about this big. So she was exaggerating. Especially, something done especially. So I've made a cake especially for your birthday. Interrupt. I think we're all guilty of interrupting people at times, aren't we? And then we've got the EDs on the end. I've put those in there because some of us have a tendency to miss the E or to write a T at the end. Okay, so your resource sheet today, I will show you in a moment. It's not a very big one today because you have those 2 tests, so I've been very nice to you. And handwriting, you've got a choice of 2. The easiest sheet this week is looking at verb tenses and choosing the right tense in each sentence, which is well worth everyone having a go at, actually, because that can be quite tricky. And the harder sheet's looking at pronouns. So I will hopefully show you our, just a moment, bear with me. So here is our resource sheet for today. So you've got the words and I'd like you to put them into this table. So if they've got 1 set of double letters, they go in this side. If they've got 2 sets of double letters, they go in that side. It's that easy. If you've then got some time, I thought it might be a good idea for you to rewrite the words in a way that works for you. So that could be writing them in sand. It could be writing them on somebody at home's back. Do warn them before you just approach them and start writing on their backs. It could be writing them in upper and lower case, squiggly writing. I know lots of you enjoy that. You could time yourself writing them as many times as you like, whatever works for you. Okay, and then obviously, as I said before, having a go at the handwriting for me. And then have a lovely half term.